Results is my thing. You worry about how to get them. I don't.
Awesome, awesome, excellent, excellent. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Saturday in hot old Phoenix, Goodyear, Arizona. It's hot, and it's hot. It's been hot all month, but it's a good day. It's a good year. It's a good year, and I tell you what, it's always a good time. We're always having a good day here, and this is just a wonderful time here in Arizona. And I got some good information for you today. Last week I kind of dropped the ball. I got kind of busy, and I missed my own broadcast. Sorry for that. I tell you what, sorry for that. Didn't mean it. Um, Life sometimes like get that way. I'm here. Last week I was at a seminar, and it was all entrepreneur, all business owners there. We had a great time. I was speaking on the panel, and I think I put some things out on Facebook, Twitter, and all the good things, and I wrote an article on truth. Truth is one, path is many. Sent it out. If some of you haven't received it just yet, I put it out again so you get a chance to read it. It was sort of quote that I received that I read from. I don't know where I got to. I think I either read it or heard it somewhere from Mahatma Gandhi, and he had said that the truth is one, but paths are many, and it just touched my heart, and I got what he was saying. So I did some more research and wrote on that particular truth there, because everyone wants to be financially independent, but there's just different paths to reach that goal. But you got to watch the path that you choose, because not all paths are true paths, and sometimes you don't find out that's a true path until you start going down that road, and you're not reaching the goals that you're wanting to reach. So that's why today's class is about 12 actionable financial measures that you can look out for to make sure that you're on your right track. All right, you want to make sure you're going down the right road. Make sure you're going on a path that's consistent with where you want to be. And I'm all about making sure that we're on our right path, right direction. So that way, you're going down a road and you're going the way you should go, and it's not hurting you, hurting your family. Uh, uh, I'm not saying I know it all, but man, I do a lot, and I'm sharing with you what I have. So you got my I got some cash here to share with you, cash ideas. That's prop money now. Okay, might get excited with that. And then I got my foreign cash here too. That places I've been to, and knowing that all money is a tool. It's a tool. It's just a tool for you to use. What you want to capture really is how to create wealth. Once you have the idea, the thoughts, and the insights to help you create it, you can create it with the ideas and do it. That's like the Elon Musk guy. He's got Starlink. He's got Tesla. He's got SpaceX. I mean, he's got three or four things that he's doing because he got ideas, and those ideas are creating his wealth. That's what you want, and that's how you make the wealth. That's how you do it. It's from those ideas that you create, those nuggets that God gives you. So let me bring my PowerPoint here. It's not PowerPoint. It's Keynote, because I'm an Apple guy too. So here we go. All righty. So got to put a reminder out there about what's coming up in September. So let's see. Boom. September 16th. Got to remind you of our Actionable Learning Financial Literacy Cash Flow Principles Seminar. I've been putting the emails out, put them on social media. Also, got to register. So I know you're coming, because I'm gonna have some videos there at the end there. Got to let me know that you're coming. You got to register. At the bottom of the email, there's a link where you can select and choose. Access and entry into the seminar. You got to get my book. You can get the book on Amazon. They deliver it to your house there. Get the book yourself. I'll sign it when you get there to get into the seminar. If you unable to get it online, you can also. I'll have some there at the seminars. You can get the book there because that book is the first book in a series. My second book is coming out in January, so this is the foundation to get it started. And then I already have the title for my third book as well. It's a 3-part series. God gave me that to my heart, and it's all a part to make things work for generations to come. And it's just something that God placed in my heart, and it's there. So you want to be a part of that. This is the first seminar that's going to come out of it about actionable financial literacy, and then using cash flow as one of the foundations. Not one of the foundations, but it's a good thing that you learn from. Because I shared it with my babies. My babies are all adults now, and hey, it's something that you can really gain from. All right, keep going as we go forward here. Remember our decision model. This is I'm going to have this in the second book because the first book had a different look, but this is the second book here. So knowledge comes in. We're going to make sure it changes our behavior, and these are the action items in the center of the model: knowledge, stewardship, money basics, investing, borrowing, and protecting. These action items we're looking at the correcting and detecting our behavior on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, semi-annual basis. We want to change these things. We're looking to correct and detect the errors in our thinking, and we change that. Then we have our behavior model. So this is a decision model. This is a behavior model. We're looking at the economic actions that we take. We're looking at the financial effects they're having. We're looking to see if anything's monetarily flawed, if there's anything unrealistic, and if we can recreate what we've created within our immediate family and then a greater community as a whole. All right. And again, I'll detail this a little more in my seminar as well. So there, the end game. What's the end of all of this? One, from the book, we want to create financially literate individuals. You want to be able to have your socioeconomic status, to be able to access economic information, know how to get access to the windfall of economic information that's out there, be able to get it so you can make informed decisions about managing your money. Know how to get it. Sometimes people, they have things online, but they just read partial things and they access the partial things, but it doesn't work for them because they're not getting the whole thing. And then the bottom line is, once you get it, you'll be able to make capable decisions to help you make an informed choice. Once you get the information, you got it. You need to be able to make an informed choice about what you're doing, and that's the real icing on the cake. You're able to make an informed choice based on the information that you receive. Because if you can't make that informed choice, and it's not making a difference in your life, you can have. And I met speaking with a gentleman the other day. He had $500,000, but during the financial crisis, he lost it all. So you got to be able to keep some of that profit that you make. So, all right. Now, let's talk about those 12 actionable financial matters to help you always remember to make a good financial choice. So, choice 1, start investing early, because you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So the earlier you start, the better off you'll be. And there's sometimes that I mentioned also about you can't. There's nothing wrong with being old, and there's nothing wrong with being broke. But if you're old and broke, that's a tragedy. Now, some people wait until they're 50, 60, or 70 before they start saving. But when they were 20, they didn't pay it no attention. When they were 30, they weren't even thinking about it. 40, they start saying, I probably should have done something. By the time they're 50, they done wasted 20 years and 30 years of their life working and not doing anything at all. Maybe they had children early. Maybe they had other things early in life. but they didn't think about it when they were in their 20s. They didn't make a lot, and they think because they didn't make a lot, they couldn't put much aside. But if you even started with $25 a month, you can have a whole ton later. I was in that category because I didn't know about it when I was in my 20s. It wasn't until like my early 30s that I realized when I ran into it. Good thing I found it then because it did make a difference. But by the time I got to my early 30s, I was in debt. But man, once I found out about it, I learned quickly, and I was told as many folks as possible that I could do it, and what to do and how to do it. Some listened, some didn't. But that's how it works out. But when you start early, it makes a big difference. What I did do though is as I learned, I taught it to my children when they were young, and now they're in their 30s, and they are like, man, they better than their daddy was when they were 30. So it makes a big difference, and you create that legacy when you start teaching your children when they're in their 30s, so they won't have to go through the things that you went through when they get to their 30s. You do your best to take that information that you gained, things you went through, and let them learn. Because you can always ask yourself, do you want your life to be a lesson or an example? All right. And the difference between the two, we'll talk about that later. All right. 2, identify your spending pattern. Now, this is another misconception that everyone talks about too. They always say, you got to set a budget, got to set a budget, got to set a budget, got to set a budget. Everybody doesn't work on a budget. And then they also say that, well, if you don't have a budget, you're going to go wrong and everything. Everybody doesn't operate on a budget. Based on my research, my research back in 2013, I found out that not everyone operates from a budget. Some do, some don't. So if you operate from a budget, fine with you, operate from a budget. But then I found that also some people work from a spending pattern. So identify if you operate from a budget, operate from a spending pattern, and stick to it. But they both have elements that they have to consider. You have to look at making the amount of income you make, your expenses, your savings, your investments, and consider them both. Because if you're not considering those two elements, those two sides of it, then you can be missing. So budget, yeah, spending pattern. And you say, okay, Dr. Joe, how can I tell the difference between the two? How do I know where I'm at in that pattern or that model? One way, not the only way, but one way I defined it to is, say if you receive $100,000. All right, you already paid your taxes, you already paid your tithes, and you already gave your offering. You got $100,000. What would you do with it? $100,000. What would you do? What's the first 3 things would you do? You already gave your offering, already gave your tithes. All right. Okay. Now, if you said I would buy this or buy that, and I'll do that, that's a spending pattern. If you said I'd save this, invest here, that's budget. That's a colloquial way of doing it, but there's more to it than that. But that's just a colloquial way to do it. So if you said I'm going to save this amount, and you operate from the budget way of thinking. If you say I'll spend this, that, and that, that's a spending pattern. So you guys have to identify it, and that's real quick in 30 seconds. So if you're a budget guy, put your budget together. If you're a spending guy, spending pattern. And the decision model and behavior model is based on spending patterns that people use. Short, fast, and quick, but I only do this for 30 minutes. So set a one-on-one with me, and I can get more in detail for it. Next question is, all right, emergency fund. Gotta have that. That emergency fund is part of my 4 windows of success. There's 4 basic windows that you have to set up. And the very first one is an emergency fund. That emergency fund is anywhere from 6 to 12 months of your income set aside. And that emergency fund is if you lose your job, change your job, something major happens in your life, And sometimes you need to have 6 months of your income set aside. Because if you lose a job, way back in the day, it used to be like 3 to 6 months. Now is well, yeah, I got to change that because say 3 to 6. It's 12 months. Because when the pandemic happened, man, people were losing their jobs, and it took them a year. Uh, I got sick in 2010, and it took me 12 months to find something because I had cancer. And I had cancer surgery. Nobody was buying anything. The brother had to go do something, so I had to go find something. It took me 12 months. So an emergency fund is an important thing to have in your life. The other item, diversify your investments. Most definitely, and not savings, investments. Savings. All right, this is just a colloquial way. Okay, this is colloquial. Savings is for suckers. Okay, not to say everybody's savings is for suckers. Savings is so low of a means of gaining income. It's just ridiculous. 1%, 2%. No, man, it's savings is for suckers. You need to invest. Your money has to grow faster than inflation and taxes. So if your money ain't growing faster than inflation and taxes, you're a sucker, man. It ain't working for you. Somebody sucked you into getting something that's going to pay the bank them more than you. You got to put your money out there in a global economy and growing, just like the bankers are using to make that money grow for you and your family. So diversify your investments. Don't put it all in one place. Mutual funds are good for that. Don't let nobody tell you that mutual funds are slow, they don't grow. They do. They're good for that. Get yourself in a position where you have it in different places. Sometimes the average mutual funds can invest anywhere from 100 to 300 different. So you want to diversify your investments. Put different eggs and put all in different places. All right. Next, we have understand your investments. That was part of our research as well. People said, "Yeah, investments. I got." Well, okay. When was the last time you read your investment statement? Well, if you got them, read it. If you know how to read it, get with the person that got you started and have them help you read it. If you don't know how to read it and you're afraid to talk to that person, I'm available. Give me a call. I'll help you read those things. That's one thing I kind of pride myself on is I make it simple. I make it crazy simple. I make complex financial language in a plain English. That's why I talk plain here because I don't know I have that big old doctor degree. I'm still a little brother. I make it easy and simple for you so you can understand. And so you need to understand your investments and know that it's not as difficult as it sounds. But sometimes you listen to the folks on TV and they can freak you out, and you're like, oh, nah, it's not all that. All right, and then avoid debt. My God, man, them credit cards are crazy. They calculate their debts like 6 different ways, and credit cards are like crack. I'm from the streets, so that's an example I have to use because I know crackers on the street, drugs out there. I ain't never do drugs though. I never did an illegal drug in my life. And you know, my mama, that girl was nuts, man. I said, you don't drug, son? No, mama. Man, you crazy. I ain't doing that. Yeah, I never did them because they're about high interest debt is like a drug. They give you these things, man, and it's like free money. You think it's free, and next thing you know, you got $3,000 on a credit card. It takes you 39 years to pay that thing off. You're just paying the minimum payment. 3,000 on a credit card, revolving credit, 39 years. No, don't do that. Pay them off. Get out of debt. Don't mess with that stuff. If you do have one, have a low interest. Have a low credit available, and just use it just for if you're going to go to a hotel or something like that. One card. I got one card. I only use it whenever I'm like going to a hotel or something like that. Outside of that, negative. All right. All right. So we covered the first 6. Let's go to the number 7. All right. All right. Number 7. All right, invest in your future. Make sure you look at the long term. See what's out there. What's coming next. So Americans, we are so focused on the now. What's happening today? What's going on right now? The market and what's happening right now. And man, take care of today so you can have it tomorrow. Because if you don't do it now, you ain't gonna have jack next week. You ain't gonna have jack. If you don't take care of right here, right now, today, there will be no tomorrow for you. That's why it's not. It's not. That's why I mentioned it. It's not a. There's nothing wrong with being old, nothing wrong with being broke. But if you're old and broke, it's a tragedy because you got to take care of the day. Take care of it right now. Get involved with, consider setting your retirement account, putting things aside, looking out for your future, because you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Do it today. That's how you invest in your future. That's how you invest in your future. Take care of it right now. Don't wait. Because I'm 57, but man, I remember when I was 16 and I bought this jacket. I got a Kentucky basketball jacket because I was a fan of a Sam Bowie back in the day. As a matter of fact, I still got that jacket in my closet. I was 16. Time flies. Be aware of taxes, but don't be afraid. An honorable thing to pay your taxes for your government, to your government. You just want to give my man his share. You don't want to give him any more than that. Sometimes people be parading around. Yes, I got 4,000 back from my taxes. 5,000 back. Yeah, you just gave a man a free loan that you didn't have to. He had all that money for the whole year for him to use to do his thing. Now you just want to give Uncle Sam what Uncle Sam deserves, not more than that. It's cool to pay taxes, but you don't want to give him all of that. You just want to make sure you give him what he needs. So pay your taxes. Don't be afraid to pay taxes. Pay what you need to pay because the country needs it. The country deserves it because it's a big old place to make sure everybody's okay. Pay your taxes. Just pay what you need. Right? Don't be avoiding taxes. Don't be ashamed to pay them. Pay them, bad boys. I'm a vet. I'm a veteran, and I know that takes care of the veterans and takes care of our needs and everything. And man, we need it as a vet because we go through some stuff. We go through some stuff. We do. But hey, pay your taxes. Don't be aware. Just pay them. And review your financial plan. Most definitely do that because just like when you ever see when the rocket ships take off, you know, SpaceX, NASA, whatever. When a rocket ship takes off, it adjusts. You have thousands of adjustments going on. Now, it's going the rocket. It's going to where it needs to go, but it takes thousands of adjustments as it goes off. All right, your financial plan starts to take off. You may need to make adjustments, even though it's taking off on this course. It makes adjustments as it goes off. So your financial future makes different changes. You get married, you have a child. When one child graduates, another child stays at home. So, one gets married. You need to make adjustments along the way. Now, the married ones, like you have daughters, man. We need to call for some cash to get them married. If you have three girls, you're in trouble. You got to pay for them weddings, man. Now I got a baby girl right now. I'm waiting. I got that cash on the side, waiting for that girl. Get her so I get her married. That's my responsibility, and I'm waiting for that. I'm happy for it. I'm waiting for that. Pay that wedding, but you got to review your plan constantly so to make sure everything is on track. Uh-oh, here we go. Uh, 10. Invest wisely. You get somebody that has knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about it, understands the market, and follow the market. Do that. 11. Beware of good to be true schemes. Your heart tells that. If you feel like it's too good to be true, and it's probably true, probably not. That's true. But then at the same time, your heart tells you. You know it. You feel it. You can understand it. I mean, that's like God tells you. That's something you won't be too you won't be unaware. And then financial education. Where do you get it from? Who do you get it from? Someone that you trust. Someone that has the education, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the backing from it. That has that the street smarts and the education as the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Uh, Someone like me. I've been an investment advisor for 30 years. I've met thousands of clients. I do have a PhD. Wrote several books, best-selling books. Um, I wrote my first book and write my second book. You can use me. I'm a trustworthy guy. I like me. My wife likes me. My kids like me. But there's other professionals out there as well. I don't know them, but I'm quite sure there are some out there as well. But you need to get financial education, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding comes in so you can use to help yourself get better. It is important. Don't try to do it on your own. An answer for success, that's what you need. An answer for your financial success. So this is a picture I always like to share. You got to plant your seed, give it some time, then you reap the harvest. Success and financial success is not in one day, 1 month, 1 year. It's accumulated over time. That's how it was done. And it's just like life. Sometimes people want to get that multi-million thing for the million, like 1.3 billion. They're trying to hit the lotto in one time. Success is systematically accumulated over time. Plant the seed, give it some time, then you reap the harvest. Okay, this is our model, decision model, knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, behavior you want to change. These are the actions you take in the middle. And you take this shopping cart and you go around each stage of the action model, looking to correct and detect your actions there, change your behaviors. Came from the information there. I use ChatGPT to get some information as well. Don't be afraid of ChatGPT. It helps you get more information, help you present your information. Ways to get a hold of me: my number, business website, Zoom calendar information, my book, the first one, come up, and my webinar information there. Again, my seminar. If you go to Dr. Joseph Blake Jr., there's a link there for the seminar. Join my email list. You can get access to this there. Again, it's on September 16th from 12 to 2 p.m. It's at the Estate Bird Suites. It's right at the Glendale Sports District, 9340 West Cabello Drive. September 16th. September 16th. September 16th from 12 to 2 p.m. You want to be there. All right, let's get us. Joseph, Building Financial Literacy. It's the brother. Money speaks a language. If you save or invest me today, they'll save you tomorrow. Alrighty. It's been me, Dr. Joe. At On Point. We help you get your financial point across. I want everybody to have a great and prosperous day and enjoy.